recording.
Well, hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and joining us for our special discussion on the most frequently asked questions that we get about cord blood banking, stem cells, and more information on CryoCell. So we're excited to spend time with you today and to talk to you about the importance of stem cell preservation for your family. CryoCell has participated in many events and expos, but we are still learning and experiencing these new virtual platforms with you. So we are going to do our best to answer all of your questions thoroughly and not let technology hopefully stand in our way. So among the many decisions that are associated with being a new parent, one of the most is to preserve your baby's umbilical cord blood. Now, saving your child's stem cells is an investment toward your family's future health that can last a lifetime. So before we get started, I just want to take a moment and introduce myself and also my friend and coworker that's joining me today. So my name is Katie, and I am a cord blood educator. I have been working with providers and families with CryoCell for over 7 years, and I'm excited to be here with you today. And joining me is Marian. Marian, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us. My name is Marian Welch. I've been a cord blood educator for over 2 decades.
Yes, and you are very, very knowledgeable, and I continue to learn things from you. So I'm happy to be sharing this platform with you today, Marian. So shall we go ahead and get started?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So now that we've got our introductions out of the way, we're going to get started. So we want to let you know that there are going to be several ways that you can connect with us beyond our discussion today. The first is our website, which is www.cryocell.com. That's cryo-cell.com. And of course, you can always reach us by phone at 1-800-STORE-CELL. That's STORCELL. So our goal today is to address the most frequently asked questions that we receive from expecting parents. So I'm going to ask the questions, and Marian is going to answer them for us. So with that, let's just go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
Okay. So today we've got our first question, and that is, already out of order here. Our first question, what is cord blood banking?
So cord blood banking is the option for parents to store the master stem cell in the umbilical blood that's left over after delivery, and the master structural cell that's left over in delivery in the cord tissue, or what we say the Wharton's jelly that surrounds the umbilical vein. It's a very, very important decision to bank cord blood and cord tissue, because you only have one opportunity to collect these cells, and it's at the time of birth, and you need to be prepared with the kid. So cord blood banking, again, is the collection of the blood in the umbilical cord and the tissue from the cord.
Okay, so that's great. And then thinking beyond cord blood banking, I think the next question that we would have is, what are cord blood stem cells?
Cord blood stem cells are so unique. They are very young master stem cells that have the ability to differentiate outside its cell type, which is a blood cell. And they also are the youngest cells that you can retrieve today for stem cell therapy. They are considered a blood master stem cell, but they can differentiate, as I said, outside itself. They also have a homing mechanism where they will migrate to areas of inflammation and reduce inflammation. And we do know that they can replicate outside their cell type so that they can become a neurological cell, hence why they're using them now, cord blood stem cells, for autism. These are your baby's master stem cells These cells, as I said, are very, very special because they are the youngest, most healthiest cells that you can collect today. And they are indicated for over 80 disorders.
Yeah, and I love how you say that, how you just speak to how special and important these cells are, and we cannot emphasize that enough. So, Marion, at CryoCell, we collect two types of stem cells. We collect stem cells from the cord blood, and we also collect stem cells from the cord tissue. So with that in mind, my next question for you is, what are the differences between cord blood and cord tissue stem cells?
Very important question because families will have the option of adding on their cord tissue. Cord blood is the master blood cell. We call it the hemopoietic cell. It's used and indicated for 80 disorders, including all the blood disorders and metabolic disorders. It's a very, very important cell today for treating cancers and life-threatening diseases and solid tumors. We have 30 years of use with the cord blood stem cell. We are also now using cord blood stem cell, even though it's a blood master stem cell, for regenerative repair, such as autism and cerebral palsy. It is a must to be collected. Cord tissue is equally important. However, it's still in clinical trial, but showing to be quite effective in treating certain diseases such as MS, muscular sclerosis, Parkinson's disease. We are now using the master structural cell from cord tissue for bone repair, cartilage repair. A unique feature of the cord tissue is that it does differentiate into more cell types than the cord blood. That's being that it's a master structural cell, so anything structural in your body, this cell can differentiate to. We are finding that many parents today are banking both stem cells because we are seeing more and more use of the cord tissue, the mesenchymal stem cell being used in specialties in medicine such as orthopedics. I believe it's an important cell to collect as well because it does not have to be matched up as closely as cord blood. Anybody in the family will be a match to the cord tissue collected from the umbilical cord.
Yeah, and so thank you. I know that you just summarized quite a bit of information for us, including the differences between the cord blood and the cord tissue stem cells, and really the why someone should store the cord blood and the cord tissue. So, what I think that I would like to do is go to the question: why should I save my baby's cord blood and cord tissue stem cells? So we know the benefits, we know the differences. So why should someone save those stem cells?
Thank you, Katie. First of all, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You cannot go back and get these cells. These are the most healthy cells you will ever be able to collect. They have limited exposure to viruses, vaccines, environmental toxins. They are the most pristine cell that's available today in medicine. Also, these cells are much easier to match up to family members than sister stem cells such as bone marrow or peripheral stem cells. These cells can be used as a partial match, and we'll talk a little bit about matching. We see much less rejection when we use the younger cord blood stem cells and cord tissue, of course, than we do an older stem cell that comes from an older adult, such as bone marrow. Again, I just have to say that this is an opportunity for you to collect the youngest, most pristine cells available today for cellular therapy.
Yeah, absolutely agree. So what happens if a family decides that they want to preserve the stem cells from the blood and the tissue? What happens if their child needs those stem cells? What happens if my child needs the stem cells that have been preserved?
Typically, your physician would contact CryoCell, or the parent themselves would contact CryoCell. I'm happy to tell you that we have a nurse who has been assisting our families for over 15 years in using their cord blood and cord tissue stem cells for transplant, whether it be for a standard indication or for a clinical trial. Our nurse will work with your hospital, with your physician to coordinate everything on our end, which is basically preparing the cells for testing and to be sent to the hospital where the transfusion or transplant will occur. The cells can be sent in a liquid nitrogen tank. It's called a dewar, and it's typically sent overnight right directly to your hospital. And then the hospital would prepare it for transfusion or transplant to the recipient. They would be the responsible party for thawing the cells and preparing them. And our transplant list is on our website if families would like to look at our website to see the transplants that we have participated in.
Yes, thank you. And that's a great mention. So, and I know we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about the viability of those stem cells that have come from CryoCell. But yes, thank you for that. So then thinking beyond the stem cells, we've already stored them. We understand the benefits. Now we know what to do if we need the stem cells. So the next question, Marion, how many uses do I get of my stem cell collection?
So I'm very, very happy and excited to share that CryoCell has now offered, has a 5 independently sealed storage bag. Thank you for showing. So you have 5 independent dosages that we can send out at different times for even different disorders to a facility. This is extremely important as we move into regenerative medicine, where we are using multiple dosages to treat children for autism, such as, and also we will be using them in, maybe multiple times during that child's life or for other family members. So you will have 5 opportunities to use your stem cells. But I also want to add that there is a science called cell expansion, where we are seeing that they can replicate the cells in a laboratory, and there may be in the future even more opportunities to use your stem cells.
Yes, and I'm so glad you brought that up. And I think the key takeaway here is for families to understand that that 5-chamber bag that goes into preservation, that allows for multiple treatment opportunities. Absolutely. Once we have, we've kind of mentioned the collection. Excuse me, I got a little tripped up here. The next question that I have for you is, how long do cryopreserved stem cells last?
We think more than a lifetime. We do not have an expiration date that's required on frozen cord blood stem cells by our accreditation body. And CryoCell has more accreditations than any other family bank, so all of our accreditation bodies do not require expiration. That's because we know with the field of cryobiology that we can halt cellular activity and still maintain viability. We do have scientific evidence showing that cord blood stem cells were still viable after 27.5 years of freeze. And we are happy with that data because cord blood stem cell is only about, cord blood stem cell banking is only about 32 years old. We do believe at this time that these cells will be available for decades. And we do warranty the cells as well, because we know this is something that will be used maybe much later in life. So you will have a warranty on your cells as this field continues to mature.
Yes, and it's so important to note that, you know, as you alluded to, the decades of stem cells that have gone into preservation, 100% of the stem cells have been viable upon thaw. So every single specimen that we have sent out has been available for families to use. And that is such an important question to ask.
And I think we're the only bank that can say that we've had 100% engraftment on all of our transplants.
I believe you're correct, Marion. Thank you for mentioning that. So how are the cord blood and cord tissue stem cells collected?
So you must be prepared. You must have a cord blood collection kit. To do that, you would need to register for a kit. We recommend at least 60 days in advance of your delivery, because if you deliver early, we especially want to make sure you're able to collect those stem cells. The kit will be sent directly to your home. It will have the official paperwork, our beautiful kit, our FACT-accredited kit. You will complete a health history questionnaire that will be another benefit to you because that will be archived with your stem cells. In your kit, you'll see healthcare provider instructions, your parent instructions. You will take that kit to the hospital. They will start with a maternal blood draw. Nothing changes with your delivery after the baby is born. Your provider will collect the cord blood that remains in the umbilical cord. And then if you choose to collect the cord tissue, they will collect a 4 to 8 inch piece of the cord tissue. Once everything is collected, it is essential that somebody be assigned to call CryoCell for the medical courier to pick up the kit at the hospital. And we recommend not waiting more than 2 hours to call for the pickup. That's 24/7. Most important thing is make the phone call. It's a phone intake. It takes 3 to 5 minutes. No financial cost is processed until we get the kit back. We want everybody to be able to walk in with a cord blood kit today. Thank you. There's our number right on the kit. And you will also have our assistance through the whole process from beginning right to end.
And so while we're talking about the kit, I just want to show, this is our cord tissue collection kit. And this will come inside of your advanced kit. So this is what the 4 to 8 inch sample of the cord tissue will go into once your doctor has collected it. And because we are live here, I packed up my blood bag back in the kit, so I'm gonna just take it out real quick. This is our cord blood collection bag. And as you can see, that this is the bag that is inserted into the vein inside the umbilical cord that Marion referenced. This is the needle that goes there. And then the blood is collected in this bag. This is an FDA approved cord blood collection bag. And we collect 5 tubes of maternal blood from mom. Can you see these, Marion?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So we collect 5 tubes of blood from mom, 3 of which are processed with the specimen when it arrives at CryoCell, and 2 that are preserved for future disease testing. So Marion, you actually explained it really well the last time we spoke. Do you want to talk about future disease testing with COVID especially?
So it's really, really important today that you save 2 vials of the maternal blood from the delivery. I call it a complete tissue time capsule because if you go to transplant 5 years from now and your transplant physician says, wait, your baby was born during COVID, I want to go back and make sure you weren't exposed to COVID during delivery. CryoCell can say, no problem, we have it. None of the other banks will be storing your maternal bloods because they are not FACT accredited. This is part of our FACT requirement. This is part of the transplant process. And because this is long-term storage, we want to make sure nobody is excluded from transplant. By having those maternal bloods, we can meet the need for any additional testing, be it from the transplant physician or from the FDA before transplant. Really, really important.
Yeah, thank you. So my next question, Marion, is, I mean, you kind of got us jazzed up and I'm excited now. So my next question is, if I'm a parent and I say, you know, this is something that I'm really interested in and I want to pursue, I want to get more information, or I'm ready to get enrolled, what can I do? How do I enroll and get more information on cord blood banking?
So Katie and I and our team at CryoCell are here to help you every step of the way through the educational process, the enrollment process, the collection process, even post-processing with questions on your cell counts. So you have to register by calling into CryoCell. Katie will show you the number at the end of this broadcast. It'll be just a 3 to 5 minute call. We're going to take your personal information, being your name, your address where to mail the kit, a unique identifier, your birth dates, your hospital, your doctor, where you're delivering, and then what your choice is. Is it cord blood or is it cord blood and cord tissue? And also, if you cannot make the decision at that time whether you want to do both cord blood and cord tissue, no problem. You can add the cord tissue on at the time of delivery, because all of our kits, no matter whether you register or not for cord tissue, will have the container. So we don't want you to hold up the decision to, if you are on the fence about collecting one cell or the other. And then we will make sure you get that kit in plenty of time. You will keep it at room temperature prior to the delivery. And as Katie said, you will bring it to the hospital. They will do the maternal blood collection, and then we will coordinate the process of picking up the kit. But the most important step is calling for that kit. You can also go online and fill out, I believe, a form, and we will contact you as well. But we're here to help you. We want to personally assist you, Katie and I and our team. So you're more than welcome to reach out to us directly as well.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing I want to add on to that is, once your enrollment process is complete and you've made payment arrangements, please keep in mind that no fees will be charged until the date we receive your sample, unless you make the decision to sign up for one of our payment plans, at which point either one of our client services team members or Marion or myself will be walking you through that, and you will have made that decision for yourself up front. And then depending on what date you enroll in proximity to your due date will also depend on whether we ship that kit at that time or if we wait within the 30 days of your due date.
And I just want to add that we have so many wonderful financial payment options. I mean, nobody should feel that they can't afford this. CryoCell will work with you. We'll make it work for you. We will customize a program for you.
Yeah, thank you for adding that. And there are also 18-year plans and lifetime plans that are available for families. And if you make the decision to use one of those long-term plans, it does come up to 70% off of the initial price, that price that you would pay over the years. So that is a nice advantage for the families that are looking to do that. And we also have a competitor price match guarantee. So we want to do our best to preserve your family's stem cells, preserve those stem cells for you. So please reach out to us, and we want to talk through all those decisions with you and all those offers. So, okay, Marion, I think that we've done a really, really good job of talking about the kit, the collection process, getting enrolled, what to do after baby's born, talking through what are the stem cells and the importance of storing. So if we could just kind of end here talking about a couple of things that are important to us and unique to CryoCell. So with that, my question for you is, what makes a CryoCell different?
It's a really, really important question. CryoCell is a leader in this field of cord blood banking. We established the field in 1989. We've been in continuous operation since. We have the most accreditations of any cord blood bank, including what we call the Foundation and Accreditation of Cellular Therapy. This is very important. This is the most stringent accreditation a bank can achieve. And the top cancer hospitals in the United States are all FACT accredited. Our stem cell lab matches up protocol to protocol to major stem cell labs at cancer hospitals around the United States. Our medical director is none other than Dr. Joanne Kurtzberg, a pioneer in cord blood transplant. She is our medical director, our laboratory director, and she has pioneered the autism and cerebral palsy transplants. Our processing methodology, our Prepicite, has shown to achieve a higher stem cell recovery, and patients recover 20% faster than any other processing methodology available. We are the only bank to offer Prepicite processing, and it's crucial that you have this option because it will allow you to have more dosages and you will have faster patient recovery. We offer the 5-chamber multi-treatment storage bag. Extremely important as we move into regenerative medicine. You will have 5 treatment dosage options. And finally, our collection kit. No other bank has the collection kit with the installation that the CryoCell cord blood kit has. We have vacuum insulated panels, phase change gel packs, state of the art to absorb ambient temperature outside 39 to 86 degree range. And it includes a temperature monitor so that when we receive your kit, we know that that kit has stayed within temperature range. Also, we offer the largest warranty on these cells. So it's a $100,000 warranty. And this is very important as this is a long-term decision. And your cells are warranted if they do not engraft for $100,000. It's an additional insurance for the family. There is no other bank available to you that has the leadership, the technology, the commitment to families today. And I will help you every step of the way, as well as Katie and our team, and that makes us very special as well.
Yes. There's so many great things that you shared with us about CryoCell. And the one thing that I will add to that, Marion, is that CryoCell is an international company. We are in 87 countries around the world. We have over 500,000 parents that have trusted CryoCell to preserve those stem cells for their family. So because we are an international company, we have client service representatives that speak many languages. So, just to name a few: English, Spanish, Chinese, Russian, Armenian. So if there is a language that you are more comfortable with, we are happy to accommodate you. And also know that we receive and we ship to many countries around the world. So I think we've covered some really great things today. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap up today, Marion?
I'd just like to say that the decision to bank cord blood stem cell is one of the most, if not the most important decision you are going to make before your baby is born. As I said, you cannot go back and get these stem cells. These stem cells are unique, and these stem cells are playing a huge part today in medical innovation. You must be prepared, so please, even if you're unsure as to whether or not you want to bank, get a kit. As Katie said, there's no financial obligation until we get the kit back, till we receive it at our lab. I believe after all of these decades, after seeing personal growth in this field as far as treatment, that every family needs to have a kit with them at the time of delivery, and we'll help you.
Yes, absolutely. And so as we are signing off today, I will just leave you with two things. The first is our website, which is www.cryocell.com, and cryo is spelled CRYO hyphen cell, CELL, www.cryocell.com. And also, lastly, our phone number, which is 1-800-STORE-CELL, and that's STORCELL. So my name is Katie Persons, and joining me, as you know by now, is Marion. Marion, thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure. Bye, everyone.
Okay. All right, everyone. Signing off for now, and we will look forward to connecting with you. Take care.
Be well.